Welcome, everyone. Good afternoon. Welcome to our Caribbean American Diaspora Vibes, presenting to you this evening CAM 2021. CAM 2021 kickoff. What does CAM mean? Caribbean American History Month. June is National Caribbean American History Month, and we want to take the time today to celebrate with you. Um, so, welcome everyone. Thank you, Marilyn. We are going to just start off by welcoming our guests, welcoming our government officials, our partners, Lois Witter, Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network, our audience, our team, our CATA team, our Caribbean Diaspora Alliance team, which we'll be introducing forthcoming. But we wanted to start off today by hearing from our government officials and a special greetings to start us off because we realize that everyone's schedule this weekend is really, really tight. So we're going to start our show by hearing from our Commissioner, Victoria Siplin, in just a few minutes. I'm actually going to read a snippet about our Commissioner, and then she will speak, and then we'll resume. So Commissioner Victoria Siplin made history in 2014 as the first Haitian American elected official in Central Florida and was later overwhelmingly re-elected in the 2018 August primary election by 75% of her constituents. She is the former chairwoman of the National Haitian American Elected Officials Network 2018 to 2019 and served as Orange County Vice Mayor in 2017. Orphaned at the age of 3, Commissioner Siplin used her life circumstances to fuel her passion to serve others by leading advocacy in educational programs for undeserved children and adults. Commissioner Siplin believes that progress requires collective commitment and serves on key governing boards like the Central Florida Expressway Authority and Orange County Citizens Commission for Children. So this evening, we welcome Commissioner Victoria Siplin, and we thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you, Donna, and good evening, all of our Caribbean family, because that's what we are, even though we're from different islands, different parts of the country, but we are all one family. We share so many things in common, more than what we share as we consider our differences. This evening, it is truly, truly an honor and a privilege to be with you this evening to celebrate the 16th annual Caribbean American Heritage Month. In the United States is a popular location for people from the Caribbean to come and call America home because they're in search of what we call the American dream. We have deep economic and cultural ties with this country, especially here in Orange County. Our vibrant cultures and professional contributions are invaluable to the success of our economy and growth. I can tell you that we as a people are undeniably passionate and enthusiastic about our respective islands, our music that we share, and the flavor of our cuisines. As a public servant, I encourage you to channel those same passions and enthusiasms to elect individuals who will honor our shared history and future, so we may overcome challenges in our communities locally and abroad. I pray that you enjoy the many festivities and have a safe and memorable time. And now I guess we have a video or a video message from several of our other elected officials. And again, you know, I am just so proud as a Caribbean myself to celebrate this month and proclaim it as Caribbean American Heritage Month. And Donna, you and your staff and your team, and like I said, there are so many organizations here that make up our Caribbean community. And I am just so proud, and thank you again for the invitation.
Thank you, Commissioner. So we're a little feedback. So yeah, sometimes that happens when one mic is on. So we want to thank you so much for again separating yourself from your family to join us, and we do really appreciate it. And like Victoria Commissioner Siplin says, we're all family. We're all family, and especially during this time of uncertainty and everything, we have to really rally together. So thank you again. And Marilyn, if you'll let us with the next slide, we're going to go ahead and hear from our Orange County Mayor. So I will read a snippet about our mayor. Mayor Jerry L. Demings was sworn in on December 4th, 2018 as the 5th elected mayor of Orange County and is the first African American to serve in the role. He oversees more than 8,000 Orange County employees and a $4.9 billion budget. As the county's chief executive officer, he says that his goal is to make Orange County the experimental prototype community of tomorrow by creating a community culture of innovation, collaboration, and inclusiveness. Always a trailblazer, Mayor Demings became Orlando's first African-American police chief in 1988 and was elected the first African-American Orange County sheriff in 2008. He was re-elected in 2012 and again in 2016. We will now hear from Orange County Mayor Demings.
Good evening. I'm Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings. It is my pleasure to join the Caribbean American Diaspora Alliance as we gather to kick off Caribbean American Heritage Month celebration in Orange County. Since 2006, the month of June has been designated by presidential proclamation as an observance to honor the culture, heritage, and achievements of Caribbean Americans in the United States. This is a time of celebration and an opportunity to reflect on the role of Caribbean Americans in our society and the many contributions that have been made throughout our local community. In Orange County, we are proud to promote a culture of innovation, collaboration, and inclusion that welcomes all ethnicities and backgrounds. Our strength as a community lies in our capacity to embrace, accept, and respect diverse cultures and traditions like our Caribbean Americans. I would like to thank the members of the Alliance and all Caribbean Americans in Orange County for everything that you do to keep the Caribbean culture and heritage alive and flourishing. Before I conclude my remarks, I would like to present the Caribbean American Diaspora Alliance with a proclamation designating the month of June 2021 as Caribbean American Heritage Month in Orange County. Whereas the people of the Caribbean region share the hopes and aspirations of the people of the United States for peace and prosperity, and whereas throughout the month of June, Caribbean Americans across our nation will honor their culture, linguistic, ethnic, and social diversity, as well as acclaim their history of accomplishments and positive contributions by appropriate celebrations, ceremonies, and activities. And whereas it is also fitting to recognize the service and sacrifice of the men and women of Caribbean heritage who defend our liberty as members of the armed forces of the United States, helping to lay the foundation of peace for future generations. And whereas the Caribbean American Diaspora Alliance Incorporated and community partners have brought to our region a rich cultural legacy and a strong set of values, enriching its cultural landscape, and whereas the Caribbean American organizations in Central Florida help maintain a strong sense of community, manifested through the many cultural groups and institutions dedicated to self-help and the celebration of the positive traditions of the Caribbean American culture. And whereas Orange County wishes to commend the Caribbean American Diaspora Alliance Incorporated for their dedication and commitment to their community, and congratulate all our residents of Caribbean heritage. Now, therefore, I, Jerry L. Demings, by virtue of the authority vested in me as Orange County Mayor, do hereby proclaim the month of June 2021 as Caribbean American Heritage Month in Orange County, Florida, and encourage all residents of Orange County to support the 9th annual Caribbean American Month Festival and celebrate the contributions Caribbean Americans have made to our country and to our community. Done and ordered this first day of June 2021. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks again to our Orange County Mayor, Jerry Demings, for taking the time out. His schedule would not allow him to be here this evening, but he made sure that he sent his greetings from the Orange County government. Next, we're going to, you know what, before we go forward, since, you know, we're Caribbean people, let me get a little vibes, please. Just a little vibes, just a little. DJ Dre, can you give us a little? And we had to kind of run right into our program because we had Commissioner Siplin's schedule, and we had to honor that, and we really appreciate it. And Commissioner, you can hang out with us. And you know, we usually do this every Saturday, or mostly every Saturday, unless something really conflicts. So we don't always go on script. Just to say, this is Caribbean Diaspora Vibes, and we want to bring the vibes to you. Some people are wearing their colors. Look at this. Look at, I see Antigua and Barbuda. I see Jamaica. Sharon having her what? I see Dr. Bonhomme has his Greater Haitian Haiti emblem, and then let's see who am I seeing? I see Jamaica, Naomi, you need to change it to iPhone, but I see your Jamaica. Who else do I see? I see Brevard County, but you know the way it shows up on the screen, but it's Brevard County Sports and Cultural Association. Palm Bay is doing big things all month, you guys. Let me see who else I'm seeing. I see Guyana in the background, Roy Sampson. I see Grenada, Maria Mitchell. Flag right there. Let's see, is that all I'm seeing for flags? Let me go to the next screen. Oh, is that a Trini? I see a Trini flag there, Juju. I love it. I love it. So it's all about celebration, everyone, of the Caribbean culture, right? And so I try to make the hair out as much as possible, but the shrinkage is real. I just have to let y'all know. So we are gonna go. We want to before we go ahead with the slides, can we just, DJ Dre, can you give us a little snippet? But actually, before that, let's take a special station ID from Louis Witter, who is always so gracious every week to have us on.
All right. And of course, welcome everybody to Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network. This is a big celebration, Caribbean month right here, the month of June. And of course, this is a big kickoff. We want to welcome everybody from wherever you are, from wherever you're listening from. And you are in tune to CRRFM.com. Pick up, Donna. Nice evening to do the Caribbean thing.
Yeah, man. We had a little storm early on, right? At least,
yes.
But now everything seems to be solid. So we'll roll right along. DJ Dre, if you can give us a minute of just something to kind of loosen up a little bit, and then
You're trying it a federation. The whole thing is in confusion. Curriculum and them curriculum, but somehow I spell it disaster. Mr. West Indian politician, I mean you went to big institution, and how come you can't unite 7 million? When I West Indian unity, I knew it's not easy. If you only run to your people and tell them like me, there is one race from the same place, I get the same trip, on the same ship. So we must push one common intention, is for a better life in the region, for the woman and we children. That must be the ambition of the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man.
You're on mute, Donna.
I would be the one to mute myself. Thank you so much, Marilyn. Because I'm not usually muted most of the time.
And you're going and form a character with that true West Indian flavor. But in character started running, money noon and night all I hearing. It's just money speech, them private minister giving. But I say no second money, don't for my unity. Talk about your people me. Here I get like one race, from the same place. I get the same trip, on the same ship. So we must push one common intention, it's for a better life in the region, for the woman and the children. That must be the ambition of the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man, the Caribbean man.
All right. Thank you so much, DJ Dre. If you're just joining us,
brother.
my name is Donna Morton Morgan, and I am the president of Caribbean American Diaspora Alliance, CEO of Women of Culture Incorporated, and real estate broker of Florida Summer Homes Realty. You're joining us tonight for Caribbean Diaspora Vibes, celebrating our Caribbean 2021, or Caribbean American Heritage Month, CAM. We usually say CAM 2021 kickoff, right? With amazing 16 Central Florida organizations that have teamed up and said, you know what, let's get together and let's just come on, celebrate. We're not professionals on this whole Zoom production thing. You know, Facebook is changing rules, things are changing, but it's okay. We pivoted through COVID and we're pivoting again through all this technology stuff, right? So we just want to say again, a special thanks to the government officials that came on, special thanks to our guests, our DJ, to our radio hosts, Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network, that's live right now, to our audience joining us. So we just heard from Commissioner Victoria Siplin. We also heard from Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings. And so we're also now going to hear from Congressman Darren Soto by video. He could not be with us today, and he wanted to make sure that his greetings were sent, and I will read a snippet. Darren Soto was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 2016 to represent Florida's 9th Congressional District, which includes all of Osceola and parts of Orange and Polk counties. Born to a Puerto Rican father and Italian-American mother, Darren's upbringing influenced his passion for public service and helping those in need. After learning the values of hard work from his parents, Darren graduated from Rutgers University and the George Washington University School of Law. Upon graduation, Darren opened his own practice in Central Florida, where he practiced family law, civil litigation, and real estate law. With a desire to further help the men and women he advocated for as a lawyer, Darren entered public service in 2006 when he was appointed to serve, and let me scroll down if I can, to serve on, I'm not seeing the rest of the video, but we're going to hear from Congressman Soto. He's another government official that whenever we call on him, he's always there to help in whatever ways. So we do appreciate him sending in his video, and Marilyn will be sharing that video for us.
Good evening.
Oh,
I'm Orange County
sorry.
Mayor Jerry Demings. It is
Not
my
a problem.
Join the Caribbean American
Not that
Diaspora
one.
Alliance.
We told you
As
the
we
technical
gather to-
thing.
Caribbean American Heritage Month celebration in Orange County. Since 2006,
So while
the
Marilyn
month
is
has been designated
doing
by
that,
President as an
because you know, once something is highlighted, it gets bigger, right? So when we take the focus off off Marilyn, can't find the video. So I just love looking out and seeing the wonderful faces looking back at me. We are alive, we're healthy, and we're pushing forward in uncertain times.
Hi, I'm Congressman Darren Soto, and I want to join Caribbean American Diaspora Alliance in wishing everyone an amazing Caribbean Heritage Month. I'm honored that our family is from Puerto Rico, and as your fellow Carib, we know there's so much cultural pride from the Caribbean region, from our music and our dance to our food and so many other aspects of our colorful society. This month, we recognize not only those amazing cultural achievements, but the important relationship between the United States and Caribbean nations and territories. We know after this COVID-19 pandemic, the Caribbean's been hit hard, and they need to be part of our vaccine diplomacy, making sure to give priority to our neighbors across the Caribbean Sea. And we in Florida consider ourselves your neighbors, and we'll be working very closely on that. We also need to continue to work on economic development opportunities for Caribbean nations and trade between Florida, the United States, and all the Caribbean. We need to continue to work on joint security to keep our neighbors.
That might have, something has gone wrong with the video. So we may have to come back, Marilyn, to finish the rest of that. All right. So we'll try to replay Congressman Darren Soto's video a little later. I'm going to check to see who is next actually up. I'm checking to see if, while I was looking down, if Dr. Claire Nelson is here. I'm not sure. So let's see. I don't see Dr. Claire Nelson yet. So we're going to go forward. So Marilyn, we're going to go forward with our Deputy Consul General from Grenada. And then I'm going to actually ask our Grenada Diaspora Chair to introduce her and to read her bio. So if you're able to put up the PowerPoint for our Deputy CG. You got it, Marilyn? There you go. Thank you. Dr. Claire is not in yet, so we're going to come back to Dr. Claire. We're going to move to Deputy CG Diane Parrott.
Mrs. Parrott is the Deputy Consul General for the Consulate General of Grenada in Miami since March 2019. She holds a bachelor degree in Computer Information Systems Science and has 10 years experience in corporate America and 15 years experience in the diplomatic corps. Mrs. Parrott, you're on.
Good afternoon and a pleasant good evening to everyone. I bring greetings from the Consulate General of Grenada in Miami and wish the Caribbean diaspora, wherever you may be, a happy Caribbean American Heritage Month. We celebrate the Caribbeanism every day of the year, but we especially represent in the month of June to celebrate our different and similar cultures and what makes us unique. The past 18 months or so has changed how we view life and relationships, but I believe it has brought us closer together as a people. My hope is that post-COVID, we as West Indians will continue to be our brother's keeper and exemplify the epitome of the Caribbean people. Happy 16th Caribbean American Heritage Month. And in a related topic, here are the numbers for our COVID. Every day, usually, we get a brief snippet of our COVID numbers in Grenada. So as of yesterday, total number of cases were 161. Of that, 83 were imported. We've had 160 people recovered, 1 death so far. We've had 32,491 PCR tests done. Currently, we have 597 folks in quarantine, and that's people traveling to Grenada who are in quarantine. For the total COVID period, we've only had 6 persons hospitalized. We've had 18,000 people who've done their first dose of the vaccine and 9,132 who've had their second dose. So again, happy Caribbean American Heritage Month to the diaspora, and we look forward to engaging again with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, at first we had the picture up and you went like a perfect video. But I'm glad that you are coming to us live and you were able to get we just are getting Dr. Claire Nelson in. So Marilyn, if you can go ahead and just put up the screen for Dr. Claire Nelson and I will introduce her. She is another one that is just always busy, but not just busy with doing good things for our community, for our future. So we'll, as soon as Marilyn gets her video up, I will just announce her. And we see the beautiful picture of Dr. Claire A. Nelson, who is a futurist, sustainability engineer, and president of Institute of Caribbean Studies, known as ICS. Dr. Claire Nelson is the architect and campaign chair for commemoration of June as National Caribbean American Heritage Month. And thank you, Marilyn. We want to, I'm sure Dr. Nelson's going to tell us all about where this even came from, right? Because a lot of, even right now in 2021, many individuals, they're not aware that June is Caribbean American Heritage Month. So we would love to get a little snippet, a little background of where this came from, who were the founding fathers or who instigated. So welcome, Dr. Claire Nelson. It's an honor to have you tonight.
Thank you so much. How much time do I have?
We can do 5 to 10 since you're gonna capture the.
Okay, I'm watching the time. Just
Okay.
we start waving hands if I'm over time.
Okay.
Greetings and salutation, dear auntie. Greetings in the Most High. Excuse me, I just finding time to write, my love. This months have been hectic. What with the COVID-demic and all the excitement with that, plus the planning for Caribbean American Heritage Month. Well, it's 16 years now. We've been agitating and carrying on like the Dickens to make the US people then recognize the Caribbean people have done a lot for this country and make it great already, and have done a lot and created Caribbean American Heritage Month. Yes, back in the day, we had this bill in Congress called House Concurrent Resolution 71, written in by me and a staff member from Congress Barbara Lee office. And Congresswoman Barbara Lee, she loved the Caribbean, you know, because Shirley Chisholm was our mentor. And so she put this bill forward. Then after that, it never go nowhere the first time, 2004. But 2005, she put it forward again. And BAPS, after 1 year, it passed 2005. Now to get the Senate, because it was a concurrent resolution. Well, she thought hard and she finally asked Chuck Schumer from New York to put it forward. Well, Chuck was very smart. He put it forward in a bill that was also asking for, guess what? Jewish American Month and Arab American Month. So even if they never want to do it, they couldn't leave off one and give the other two. So we just squeeze in. And on February the 14th, 2006, Auntie, we find out, we get the phone call, say, guess what? It passed the Senate. One piece of drama now. We don't know if the president going to sign it, but we have to claim it nonetheless. So we start to agitate and plan big event. And at that time, there was a young man that either did just leave the White House or was still in the White House, but his name was Tony Powell. And I hear say he moved on Orlando to, you know. Anyway, so Clive Tony Powell, my dear, he was the how they call now, head of food security for the Navy Department into the White House. Yes, I met him from Bill Clinton days, you know, Auntie. I met him back in 1999 when I first started exert myself over there and going like me important. And he was up in there as the head of food security. And so he went over to the people them in charge of this issue and said, no man, you can't report my sister, so. Now, mind you, he never say it like that, you know, for him coming when he's a little boy, so film accent is very Brooklyn, but nonetheless, he remember him roots. Me tell you, Caribbean roots are strong, even though he come from tree, but him still remember about him rice and peas and them because all the mother feed him, and for that, he was a strong supporter of Caribbean Heritage Month. So, Auntie, the people them into the White House start to say, no, them don't need them more day. Them have Pan-American Day. Them have this day. And then Orlando again, there was a man named Mr. John from Orlando. Well, that man start one piece of calling and carrying on. If he wasn't calling every congressman, every senator, John called the White House every day. I don't know if his wife is on the phone or she's listening, or any of him family member them. But me swear is John make this thing happen. Because John went on so bad that when we had the event, White House tell me say, everybody can come except this man. So I say, it's what John did do so. But I have to say, give praises, because I know whatever he did, he helped irritate them so much that they helped to pass him on. So June 5th, the first proclamation was signed and we were agog with joy. So, Auntie, I have it to say that people needed to know that it's a long time we Caribbean people been coming here from Bridgetown, Barbados, and Charleston, South Carolina. I was like twin sister city because slaves were going back and forth. Then I come to find out more recently, slave trade was going back and forth from Rhode Island slave ship, going down to the region, picking up people, rum, carrying it back, sugar to make rum. It was one big thing going on. As a matter of fact, my research also showed that one of the biggest tax evasion is in New York. That's that Columbia University. Right to him cousin was a big master plantation owner into either Antigua or Jamaica and tell them, say, do not send the slaves to the port in New York for the taxes is too high. Send it into New Jersey and then I can walk them on foot to New York. So you see, a long time we know this thing. And I'm not mixing so at the history books so you know what goes off and true. No, people wonder why June is Caribbean American Heritage Month, but it's no mystery. It's high deduction, logic, and cosmological reasoning. Can you imagine if we did say we're going to Caribbean Heritage Month in the cold winter then? How the people in Michigan would have happened? So Caribbean American Heritage Month had to be May, June, July, August, or September, right? Good. Everybody agree, right? Well, we talked about May, but no, that's Asian Pacific month, so that couldn't work because we can't really get into that crisis over there. Then September was Hispanic Heritage Month, so them two come off the table immediately. That leaves June, July, and August. Well, many of us, me included, was into let's do August, man, because Marcus Garvey birthday. Said, no, you can't do August. It cannot work. It cannot work because Jamaican independence is into the month of August and also Trinidadian. And we don't want no problems when them start to say the small island people them and the big island people contentions, the whole Jamaican them love Guam is on people in the world and all this drama. So that was off the table. August was out, dead and buried. That leave June and July. Well, can you imagine now if we did put in for July? I said July is not going to work, cannot work. Because I know them New York Congress people especially is not going to sign July for them know how we say. Can you imagine if they had thought about July? They said, no, July is Caribbean. They were going to take the July 4th parade and turn it into a carnival fete. And instead of having marching bands, you're going to say, bang, 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 wave the flag, jump on your waist. No, July 4th cannot work, could not work. That leads to say June. That was the cosmological, mathematical, and intellectual genius of making June as Caribbean American Heritage Month. Well, let me tell you, say, because of that, that is why June is Caribbean Heritage Month. Well, all kind of people start quarrel, say it's not Caribbean American month, them is not American, them is Caribbean. I said, when the children born, when the grandchildren born, them is American. No, we're not American. I said, well, only can stay there. For there's no reason why the people not go form a Caribbean Heritage Month, because why does America care? They want to only to care about American. So you can't stay upon river, bank and coast the river. So I suggest you hold it in. And not to mention the fact, so many people have built this country. Why you don't want to claim it? Think about the people from John Worm back in the day, the first black newspaper, to the guy DeSabe from Chicago, James Weldon Johnson wrote the Black National Anthem. Do you know that W.E.B. Du Bois also grandfather came from Haiti? Let me tell you something. And coming down the road back in the 20th century, the Harlem era, you know how much Caribbean people go to Harlem and help make New York great. And Marcus Garvey starting the greatest movement. It's only 11 years Marcus Garvey in America, and look how much trouble him stir up and problems him cause. So to them make him to be the first important deportee. What people don't know, Marcus Garvey was Jamaica's most important deportee. So deportee things don't feel no way. No, apart from that, we have modern day people. Colin Powell, Marcus Garvey, Harry Belafonte, Sidney Poitier, and think about those people, Sekou Touré. And I mean, when you think about it, Mervyn Damley was the first Trinidadian born that went into Congress. And of course, the great Shirley Chisholm, we cannot forget she, for she's the one who unbossed and me just channel fear spirit auntie for make me have stamina for some things. So when we think about all these people, Malcolm X, Farrakhan, I mean to say, how can we not want to claim America into our heritage of our Caribbean American history? So we too sing America, whether we want to sing it in a soca, or calypso, or merengue, or zouk, or reggae, or rap. So it no matter, we all sing America. So, second of that, this is why I like to say, from the founding father who was born in the island of Nevis, Alexander Hamilton, till today, Vice President Kamala Harris, we from the Caribbean have been coming here and helping to build the American democracy. And it's time we of the 20th and 21st century wake up, get up, stand up, and unite to ensure that the American dream looks like the dream we want it to be. Unless we stay one side, this American dream will become our American nightmare. So say no more. We want to ensure that because of Caribbean Heritage Month, we come together with hands that bind and we work with one another like this, no matter whether or not we get along. For guess what? It's one mass camp we're making. It's one carnival. And Caribbean Heritage Month is like a mass camp of makers. Everybody might be dipping and whining their own rhythm, but we're coming down the road, and we're coming down the road, and we're coming down the road, and that is how we're going to make sure America's future looks like what we, the Caribbean people, want to look at, as we help to weave this great tapestry into being, continue to perfect the union so it reflects our vision, because what the Caribbean has, like some of the countries like Mauritius, I believe, or Suriname is maybe a good example of that. We have examples of what it is to really have a melting pot culture, right? And I think there's a lot we can teach about how to work together with diversity in unity and unity in diversity that we can offer this country. And so we think about all the legends and the icons and the heroes and the shearers I've named, and all those from your own families who have fought for this country, all those who might have died in the armies of this country. I want you to feel proud to claim June as Caribbean American Heritage Month. And if you have children and grandchildren, please bring them along. Don't let them think it's grandpa a thing that is not my thing. Make sure they understand the contributions we have made, our people have made, for them to be sitting around and enjoying civil rights, from Sekou Touré to Michael Thelwell, who are all part of the SNCC movement. We have done our part in making sure this democracy continues to evolve into what God Almighty wants it to be. So I want to thank you for celebrating June in your own way there in Orlando, in Florida. I want to continue to build a movement and know that together we can make it, together we can move forward, especially if we remember the words of the great Marcus Garvey and Bob Marley: one God, one aim, one destiny, and of course, one love.
One love.
Thank you for the opportunity to share. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Claire Nelson, always coming with the energy. If you didn't have energy before, she always brings it, right? And that's so important, bringing the vibes.
Good job.
We love you. As she said, one of the instigators, founders, way back then in 2005. And then you have to go through the fight, just even with your own people, to bring this to fruition.
Actually started before that in 1999. That's when the first time I went to the White House. And there's a young lady there, Jenny Roscoe, who I think, you have a secret desire, but you don't really voice it. And Jenny Roscoe, she was African-American, and she was running the outreach to African-American people. And I don't know if because Audrey and people like Clive were working in the White House and had worked in the Clinton White House, but she really understood that the face of Black America had different variations, right? And so when she met me, she really kind of adopted me and under her wing and would invite me to all kinds of things over there. And luckily for me, the IDB where I used to work is only like 3 blocks from the White House. She would say, "Hey, what are you doing? Get over here. There's immigration. I don't see none of y'all over here. It's only the people from Central America. Get over here." No, I'm an immigration lawyer, but and at that time I was in a doghouse at work. So my office was on a different floor from the rest of the people then. So at first I was vexed that they put me in a different place, because at the time I was a big activist on racism in my organization. So they put me in a corner, no window, like they want to hide me. So they put me in this room. I was on the 5th floor, my office, and everybody on my team on the 6th floor. So when she said, "Get over here," out like a light I was, gone to the White House, missing how much hours in a meeting, my foot cock up in what they call it, the briefing room, the press briefing room, or a side meeting room. They're cutting deals about who must get status for this. I'm with a lawyer, I'm saying, "Lord, don't let me open my mouth and sound foolish." My hand I sweat. And let me tell you, I stutter, right? So sometimes when you're nervous, everything all of your composure just gone through the gate, and I try sound like, So I remember next time, and this stands out for me because I didn't recognize why it was so important until this day. And so I heard him talking about cutting some deal for some bill for Central Americans to be allowed to do something. And I said to myself, but isn't hate in the same category? So all I said was, in what I call my enunciated voice, right? So my enunciated voice is when I put on a very soft, quiet voice with a kind of whining tone at the end. And I said, "Excuse me, You know, I'm not a lawyer, but I think that the Haitian people should qualify too, right? Shouldn't they? So, oh yes, we forgot about Haiti. Bam, here's what's written in. So I went back to my office. She called me night and check. You see? Somebody told me you asked about Haiti. That's how Haiti got on that bill. Back in, there was some bill in 1999. And it worked out to Haiti's favor till today. So I'm saying, and she was the one that taught me you have to be in the room. And she was the one that said, you can have a Caribbean American Heritage Month because the president has to write a proclamation. And that is why even when people were poo-pooing, and so she left because the Clinton had left, I kept on pursuing this dream. I had events calling it Caribbean American Heritage Month in DC, me, 1 and 5 people. That was okay. The DC Caribbean Film Festival was born in 2001 because I had to hang something on it because the carnival people said they don't want nothing to do with this idea. They don't care about it. It's politics. Keep politics out of the carnival. And so the DC Caribbean American Film Festival was born, which was the first major film festival that now exists in DC about Caribbean heritage. So I'm saying this to say, you always don't know how it's going to work out, but you have a vision, right? You have that vision, and then you set out and you pray and you persevere and you have patience and wait. And I think I'm just grateful that I'm alive to see some of the fruits of my labor now coming to bear and seeing groups. I'm so happy to see, for example, Palm County coming on board and doing so much with this month. And I think we'll only continue to grow in the next 4 years while we have a Jamaican American in the White House. So now is the time, people, not to sit back. A lot is at stake with this country. Nothing is settled. Don't believe because this president is here, everything is settled. A lot of things have been written at the local level to keep us unsettled. So pay attention, join forces, teach your children, and really get up and stand up. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. Claire Nelson, for being with us tonight. And we'll talk in the next few days about the rest of National Caribbean American Heritage Month. There's lots going on across the country, and I will be sharing information on the Caribbean American Diaspora Facebook page. Thank you again.
Yes, thank you. For those of you who are into the environment, just to let one more thing to know that tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday are the Blue Green Economy, and so we have a lot of events planned. And tomorrow, Sunday, we're talking about the role of the faith community. Monday, we talk about engineering islands for small island states for development. We definitely want our engineers to sign on to that. And then on Tuesday, we talk about World Ocean Day. How do we organize effectively and teach the children about getting jobs at sea? So, just follow me on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, follow me on Facebook. Definitely follow Caribbean American Heritage Month because things are also always posted there. And I'm wishing you really God's richest blessing until we meet again. Yeah?
Thank you, Doctor. God bless.
Thank you, Dr. Claire Nelson. The woman with all the vibes wrap up in one.
Full of energy. I love it.
Yeah, man. I think we should take a quick break, Lois, a station ID break. And
all right. And you've been listening to a live presentation this evening of Caribbean Diaspora Vibes right here every Saturday at 6 from 6 until 7. And we are celebrating Caribbean Heritage Month right here this evening. We want to thank all our guests, our panels, all our officials this evening, everyone that participate with us this evening. Thank you so much for being a part of this network and this broadcast this evening as we celebrate Caribbean Heritage Month.
All right, blessing. So we'll get another minute or so of DJ Dre, and then we're gonna go right into in the Central Florida organizations that are participating with us tonight, because I know we've got some tight schedules going on. We're gonna soon 1 minute with DJ Dre for a little bit more vibes, and we'll start that part. We're not really hearing you, Dre.
But don't care how I search and I search, I couldn't find the woman who would love me until the end of time. I went to Namade for a trip. There I met this lady, funny enough so cute. We went and we loved her, was so my surprise. So then I know she then I realized American woman, baby I love you. American woman, yeah, yeah, yeah. Girl I know you. I adore you. American woman, I really love you.
On s'est rencontrés, j'avais pas l'ouvert, j'avais tous les mecs sur le bas-côté. C'est belle et tu vas carrer. Je suis rendu prendre mon cadeau. Mais pourquoi on m'a quitté, y'a vraiment tout m'a fait. Si les faux passeurs restent mon tour sur la ligne. Ok, je suis la cible, je tout le packaging. Je veux ok. Peut-être que tu me passes, I'm comment faire de la tête en l'air. J'ai plus le contrôle. Peut-être que tu me passes, comment faire de la tête en l'air. Je voulais, c'est ma vie, il a fallu.
All right. Thank you so much, DJ Dre. You know, sometimes Facebook fights us with the music. And I'm sure we'll have to go back and claim we don't own the rights and all this other stuff. So we're used to that, right? So if you're just joining us on Caribbean Diaspora Vibes, tonight we've got an awesome show lined up for you. We're celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month, right? 16 years, for those of you that may not be aware. 16 years, June, for Caribbean American Heritage Month, right? So we've been doing big things, making a lot of input. We need to continue making impact, bringing unity all around. Tonight, it's all about the Central Florida organizations, and not all at all. It's just a snippet of organizations that we have. We wanted to share them. You know, Caribbean American Diaspora is all about highlighting and bringing unity and showing and, you know, sharing what we have in our community. So if you need to reach out to a particular organization, you can find them just like that. All right, so we're going to start out with the intro. We're going off script a little bit because we have Trinidad and Tobago president that has to leave. So we're going to make sure, is Christine still?
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, there you are. We're going to just have you, or, you know, we'll just have you start and then we'll continue with the rest of the organization. So thank you, Christine Martinez with Trinbago Association.
Thank you very much for changing your schedule to help me out. Good evening, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is certainly a pleasure to be here to celebrate Caribbean Heritage Month with you. I am Christine Martinez. I'm president of the Trinbago Association of Central Florida, known as TTAC. TTAC is a 501c organization that emerged 20 years ago. It was founded by a group of Trinidadians who wanted to spread the culture and the culture of this wonderful island, and also give a helping hand to communities in our home, away from home. Our organization is committed to provide and enhance the culture of Trinidad and Tobago by engaging in programs and activities such as promoting Carnival replica and steel band orchestra, to promote wellness throughout the communities of Central Florida by conducting health fairs on an annual basis, to assist high school students in Central Florida through our scholarship award program. There is a scholarship is given out yearly, to foster relationships with the underprivileged by adopting homes such as the Battered Women's Shelter in Central Florida and in Trinidad and Tobago. Annually, we will donate to charitable organizations such as the Kidney Foundation, churches, cultural youth groups, both in Central Florida and in Trinidad and Tobago. In keeping with our mission statement in our bylaws, in January, in commemoration of Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, every year we have a talent show for our children from the ages 7 to 17. These children are given the opportunity to share their passion, their talent, sense of purpose, and it builds their confidence. This year, we were able to have a successful talent show via Zoom. And of course, this is something that was new to us, and with the help of Donna Morton, I think we did pretty good. Our back to school program is every July to assist the community and in Trinidad. The backpacks are filled with the necessary utensils that is needed to start the beginning of the year. Our scholarship is given to students who are graduating from high school and are accepted to a college or a technical school. The scholarship award is usually given out at our annual dinner dance in commemoration of Trinidad and Tobago independence. But last year, because of COVID, we were unable to have our independence dance. So we gave out 2 scholarships to one student from Point Siena and one student from Bishop Moore High School in Orlando. But this year, we are having an independence celebration on August 28th via Zoom. We will be giving out scholarships to students in Central Florida area and also in Trinidad. Last year was a challenging year for us, actually for all of us. We decided instead of having our annual prayer breakfast in November, we decided to prepare meals for 125 adults. This was given out at Osceola Christian Ministry in Kissimmee. This was very challenging and heartbreaking to see so many people in need of assistance, and we were happy to serve the community when it was needed. Finally, we are having our extravaganza on the 28th, and we, like I said, we will be giving out scholarships. We will be having cultural dances. We will have poetry reading. We will have comedy. We will have steel band, and we will be also having soca music, calypso music. So when I do get the flyer in a cup, actually I should get it this evening, I will definitely send it out to everybody. And I thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Christine Martinez from the Trinidad and Tobago Association of Central Florida. And thanks for joining us, and have lots of fun with the family.
Yes, thank you very much. My mom is 94, and I haven't seen her for the whole of last year, so yes. It's important. So thank you again.
Yes, thank you, and thank you for your information. Before I pass it over to Marilyn to continue on, we did have a gentleman. We're going to start with Antigua and Barbuda. So Marilyn, over to you.
Okay, the Antigua and Barbuda Association of Central Florida, you have Dean Fenton.
Hello, how are you guys doing? Good afternoon, everyone.
Hey, Dean, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you, man.
Same. Good to see you as well. I'm going to be brief. I know we're short on time. I just want to say a warm Antigua and Barbuda welcome to everyone. Congratulations on your 16th year anniversary and many, many more happy years to come. Just to give you an update on the destination, let's start with our protocols. Still very easy to get to Antigua and Barbuda. The only thing that's required right now when someone is traveling to the destination is a negative PCR test. Has to be done within 7 days of travel, and it must be negative. All passengers have to fill out a health declaration form once you board the plane. So there's only 2 documents that's required of you. So there's a health declaration form which you have to fill out, and basically what that is, were you sneezing excessively on the flight? Did you have a runny nose? Yada, 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 those type of questions. And the more yes you answer to, the more inclined you are to be subject to more scrutiny by the health examination officer. He could say, okay, you have too many yes on this form. Let's test you further. So again, only two steps that you have to take to enter into Antigua. On your way out, it's required by the U.S. government that you take a rapid PCR test on your way back into the U.S. That's required by the U.S. government. So those are the 3 things you have to do. And most resorts in Antigua are actually offering the test for free at the moment. So again, our protocols are very, very simple. We have found ways to mitigate the risk when you come to the destination. All tourists must wear a face mask in public areas, just like we do in the States. The only place that's not required is at the pool, the bar, restaurants, etc., just like we do in the US. Just to point out, over 33,000 of our citizens are vaccinated. That's a third of the population. And also to add, we have also vaccinated 80% of our hotel workers. So that's really good news. So, Antigua, we opened up last June 3rd, I'm sorry, and we have never really closed the destination. We've stayed the course, and things are on the up and up, as we say. Most resorts are seeing positive trends in terms of bookings starting for the fall. 2022 even looks better. So, and we have new flights coming as well. Right now, we have daily flights out of Miami on American. We also have 6 days a week on American out of JFK. Out of Atlanta, we have a Saturday flight only on Delta, and we also have a Saturday flight only out of JFK on Delta as well. Starting July 3rd, JetBlue will start 3 times a week out of New Jersey, and that's good news for us in terms of our additional flights. So getting to Antigua is going to be very, very seamless, very easy. Just want to know, you can come on down, find your space in the sun. We never really overbuilt the destination, people. So Antigua is, by default, have been practicing social distancing before it ever became a thing. Not more than 1 resort is on a beach. Most of our resorts only has most of our beaches, I should say, only have 1 resort on it pretty much. So, come find your space in the sun. 95 miles of pristine coastline. We're only 108 square miles. Come relax and enjoy your summer with us in Antigua and Barbuda. With that said, I want to thank everyone for their time. I know we're limited on time, but I really want to encourage people to book the destination. It's safe. We've been able to mitigate the risk of spreading the COVID this situation on the destination. Our government has been really, really diligent in having curfews. Actually, there's a curfew that's taking place at this time. Curfews from 5 a.m. to 11 p.m. So again, we'll be doing all the necessary things just to keep people safe, not just our visitors, but our citizens as well. And with that being said, I want to thank you again and Have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dina. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Okay. The next association will be the Brevard Caribbean American Sports and Culture. And you're going to hear from Marcia Campbell, who is the president.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thanks for having us. As the young lady said, my name is Marcia Campbell, and I'm the president of Brevard Caribbean American Sports and Cultural Association, better known as BACASCA. We are a 501(c)(3) organization, and we have been in existence from 1989. The programs, well, this is the first year that I will mention that we are participating in Caribbean American Heritage Month. And we have a lineup of 14 events. We are the first one to do it in this area, and we're going big. We started off on June 3rd with our proclamation ceremony at City Hall on the lawn. We took over City Hall. We have our proclamation here, which was read by one of our city councilmen. And I'll just tell you a little bit about our organization. As I said, we were formed in 1989 as a cricket club, but it has evolved into more than that. Some of the objectives of our organizations are to represent its members in matters pertaining to their general welfare, to promote an interest in local government, and to encourage a planned advancement in the growth of the community, to promote and encourage in the sports of cricket, soccer, domino, tennis, volleyball, etc., to advance projects benefiting the community while opposing those projects thought by the members to be detrimental to their interests, and to increase the bond of friendship and fellowship now existing among the members. The association continues to be an educational vehicle within the community. And you might wonder, how do we do this? One of the major things that we do is we are partnered with 2 schools in Palm Bay, and every year we have a Martin Luther King breakfast every January, and we invite the schools to participate. The children come and perform. We give out awards to children who exemplify Dr. Martin Luther King in their actions in school and in their community. We also have one of the other things we have done with the school is we have started a Caribbean club. So once a month we go into the schools and we have individuals from Jamaica, Trinidad, and so on and so forth, Cuba go in and teach the children information about that specific island. And it was well received. The only time that we haven't been able to do it is since COVID. But once we, get past all of this, we're going to get back into the schools. We are also engaged in a mentorship program with the 2 schools. We, what else? We are engaged in, during election time, we have meetings, and we have invite all the candidates to come and give their message. We invite both parties. We are not allowed to be partial to anyone, so we give them a platform to come and give us information about themselves. It also helps the members of the organization to be more informed. So, as I said, it's not just a sports organization. We are engaged in the community itself. We're engaged in the Children Hunger Program, where we donate food as well as funds. if anybody have any questions regarding our organization, that is just it in a nutshell, as briefly as, you know, I could be. But again, I thank you all for, you know, inviting us to participate. And we're looking forward to a month-long celebration. We had the second event yesterday, where we had Caribbean Friday, we had live band, entertainment, food vendors. It was well attended. Tonight we're having a soca session at our center. Tomorrow we're having soca in the park. So mostly every day during June, we are going to engage in some sort of way to celebrate our Caribbean heritage. I thank you for having us, and God bless.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Marcia Campbell from the Brevard Caribbean American Sports and Cultural. Now, the next organization you have is the Caribbean American Association of Central Florida, and you would have Roy Sampson, who is the president.
Hi, good evening, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to be here. My name is Roy Sampson, president of CAACF. On here, I see Sister Sharon Lafayette, who is the vice president. She's in front of you somewhere. Maria Buddy, she has a lot of hat on her head tonight. She's the assistant treasurer for the organization. The Caribbean Caribbean American Association of Central Florida is a not-for-profit community service whose mission is to provide assistance to families in need, and sometime in the near future we'll be offering scholarships to students going on to higher education. We are part of the surrounding Central Florida communities of Orange County, Osceola, Seminole, and Polk counties. Prior to forming CAACF, our members participated in other nonprofit groups, organizations, but desired to be part of a more community-focused group. With the formation of CAACF, the members can focus on present family and community issues to raise awareness and provide assistance to make communities a better place. We are a young organization. I think around 3 years, and what we've done so far, we've been handing out backpacks to students in the schools. We take it directly to the schools. I want to say to date, anywhere around 400 backpacks we've given out. Each year we've been doing a toy drive, and we've given it to the organizations that shelter the battered women that had to leave with their children, so their kids can have a little bit of Christmas time, I guess. I don't talk too much, so Sister Sharon, do you have anything else to add?
Well, the organization, as Roy said, we provide for the community. Some of the other things that we have done, we have also given out turkeys during the Thanksgiving and the Christmas season to people who are unfortunate, then, you know, needy people that are needed these things than we. You caught me off guard, Roy. I'm kind of like flustered right now. Another thing that we do with this organization is every Father's Day, we do a Father's Day bus ride, of which we go to the beach and we raise funds in order to help the community. Part of doing that is the book bags that we give out. And we, like Roy said, we plan on doing scholarships and stuff, but because COVID came in, it put a damper on a lot of the things that we had previously planned on doing. But we do plan on, you know, uplifting our organization to better help the community and just be there for people. one of the things that I've noticed, which most organizations are doing right now, is a scholarship. And that is very near and dear to my heart because I've always wanted to help children to further their education, do mentoring programs for them and things like that. So I hope in the future that our organization will be able to do mentorship for a student, you know, letting them know the value of education, because we have a lot of students that drop out of school, and we need to help them to understand that without an education, they cannot go further in life. So I do hope for the future that we can do these things for our upcoming children that are the future of our society. I do thank you guys for having us here this afternoon, and we appreciate the invite. Donna, thank you very much, and organization, to all the distinguished guests. I must say good afternoon to you guys, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
Can I add just one more thing? As far as our bus ride, you know, social media is where we get the word around. So I'm going to ask, you know, that everyone, you know, follow our Facebook page, and you know, we post these things when we're doing any activity, as such as many other organizations do the same thing. So let's try and share each other's information and keep supporting each other.
Did you share your Facebook page?
Thank you.
Okay.
It's what, CAACF, Caribbean American Association of Central Florida.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Roy, who is president.
Thank
and
you.
Sister Sharon, how do you do?
Well, thank you, my dear.
And thank you very much for coming.
Okay. And don't forget about Island Rhythm Radio, guys.
Oh.
I wear many hats like Maria Buddy does. Yes, you did forget. I am the president of Island Rhythm Radio, of which we have DJ Butterfly, which is Maria Buddy, DJ Dre, Trisha Campbell, who does our news for us every Sunday afternoon. We are on 1580 AM from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. And we do look forward to you guys joining us on Facebook at Island Rhythm Radio LLC. And for all the local listeners, it's 1580 AM. And I thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye. So, ladies and gentlemen, you just heard from Roy Simpson, who is the president of the Caribbean American Association of Central Florida, and his vice president, Sister Sharon, who is also the president of Island Rhythm Radio. The next we're going to have is Caribbean American Association of Lake County, and you're going to hear from Geneva Hamilton.
Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. It's wonderful being here in this forum. This is it's my first time being there. Thank you, Ms. Donna, for inviting us to come along and do this. We again, it's Geneva Hamilton, and we are the Caribbean American Association of Lake County, and we are a 501c3 non-for-profit organization. So we do that, but we do also quite a bit of other things that's going on in our area. Since as everyone knows, in the past year and a half, we couldn't do too much because of the COVID, but we are getting out there to do what we have to do. So this organization has been in existence since the year 2004. And we have our annual banquet that we have, which is a very elaborate thing that we do every year. And while we do that, we get the funds to give back scholarship. We have about 5 or 6 high school that we send out our yearly announcement to the school, and the youth will go in and fill out the application and send it back, and then we will select the best 5 of whatever, whoever is qualified, and we do that. So we do that, and that's the banquet, and also our annual Jerk Festival that we could not have. Can't even have it this year because it takes so much planning, and we didn't get the authorization from the Park and Recreation here in Lake County. but we're gearing up for 2022. So all those events that we do the banquet, the Jerk Festival. We have a Mother's Day event also. That is where we would present our scholarship recipient their scholarship and award. Their family will come in and they'll take pictures and a whole big thing about this. So we miss not able to do that, but as everything else, we're gonna ready for the next year. And when we do our scholarship, for the past 3 years, we realized, why are we giving the youth who are going on to college the scholarship? So we open it up to the technical youngsters, because not everyone is geared for college. So we have them participate in this also. So they also have an opportunity to get this scholarship also. So not only colleges, but it's also the technical school that we do that. And we do have our LSOs, we call it LSO, that is our Lake Steel Orchestra, other one known as the steel drum. We have that for youth, and they'll come in, and we used to do that twice a week. Right now, we just started back because of the pandemic. So we are getting there back into the form of rehearsing, and it's free for all those who want to come. We pay the trainer to come in and train these kids. All we ask them to come in and be, attentive, learn, and we want to give back to the community. The community have any events or something like that, even churches, we go and we play the instrument for them, and they really, really like that. So we do that. So we really miss that, and so we're doing that. So, and also you spoke about, someone speak about the mentorship. Yes, we do have the mentorship, which again, that was put on hold, but we did some via online. So it was a challenge. We're gonna do that online, the mentorship. So we do that also with the youngsters. And we do have the reading program that we go to, we call it Head Start. We go to the children in the young age. I always say that it's good to start them young and get in them to have them read along. So the reading program, we go to school and we read with the children, and they really look forward to that. So again, that is something we want to start back up again, because as you know, things are, wasn't the way it's supposed to be. This COVID really changed a lot of way we do things, I tell you. So, and then we have members who do volunteer for different section of our community. With the food bank, or to give out food, they'll go there and help them prepare to give out this food. As you know, it's a very difficult time for a lot of family members who wanted, help. So we'll go out there and work with the distribution and hand out food for them. And we have another one we call Helping Hands, or the Faith Neighborhood, which we go out and help to do that kind of help in the community. And then in the hurricane season, like what's coming up now, normally our elderly folks who have homes and they might need help to board up the windows or the door, or secure their lawn furnitures and stuff like that, we'll go out there and we'll do all that to help the community. So what we do is really, the community have do a lot of help that we can do, as so we miss that, and we're hoping to get back out to do that gradually. Yeah. As you know, each one is still, what should I say, they're still, thinking of what would happen if they go out there. Because although they say that COVID is over and it's dwindling down, you still have to be careful. So yeah, that's what we do right here. So in a nutshell, that's what's going on. And I'm the new president right now of this organization. So yes, thank you very much for listening to me. And this is quite a great audience we have here. And it's really, I'm learning a lot also. So thank you for inviting me. Appreciate it. And I hope I will be no stranger to this event anymore. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Geneva Hamilton. And she is the president of Caribbean American Association of Lake County. Now we have another one, Caribbean American Chamber of Commerce of Volusia County, and you have Naomi Gale.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Good evening to everyone. I have not been on this for some while, but as Miss Donna know, I've been just bombarded with a new business. So I apologize for not seeing you guys for a little while. But hi to everybody. Yes, I haven't seen you, lady, for some while.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. So, as I said, good evening. And I am so happy to be able to be here. I had to make sure to really go into the site over and over so I did not forget. Normally, I would be a busy lady making my plans for Caribbean Heritage Month, but because of the COVID, of course, and as I said before, my new business, I just couldn't get to do what I wanted to do. And the others, we had to just put it on hold. And we decided that we're gonna really do it next year. Okay, so Caribbean American Chamber of Commerce of Volusia actually started with the Orlando group. Everybody that knows me know that. And it was good, but because of the distance, eventually we felt in Volusia County that it would in the best, in our own interest, our best interest, it would be better for us to concentrate and don't keep on stretching all the way over. So we talked with them and we all decided that we would do just that. So that's how we actually began. And we've been doing this for a few years. I'm trying to remember, maybe as a chamber, maybe for about 5 years. That's the most, I think. Anyway, but we are a registered entity, nonprofit, and trust me, our work takes us in more than one area. Everybody hearing me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, okay, because I'm not seeing anybody. Okay, although we are a chamber, because we are so far away and not a lot of Caribbean activity is going on, we had to actually embrace other non-chamber activities. So, and we reached the point where at one time we thought, are we supposed to add something else to the name? But Dr. Coggins, Patrick Coggins from Stetson University, who has always been our legal advisor, he said, no, let it be where it is. So as a chamber, what do? Trust me, we enjoy, we love to reach out to our Caribbean businesses, especially those that are young and coming up, and they don't know where to turn. When you look at the smaller population of Caribbean people, it's a little difficult at times. But one thing that many of them know is that, especially the food area, people want the food. So we work with these new businesses to encourage them. Normally, as soon as they are going to open up, before they're calling us to help them to get themselves set up where they have visibility, because that's a problem. Most times they don't know where to turn to get visibility. So that's one of the things that we do. We work with many groups. We work with One Love International Outreach, which that's the group with Veronica Dixon that actually celebrates our Jamaican independence every August. We work with the mentoring group, Catalyst Mentoring Program with Dr. Felicia Benzo. We not only work with her, but I was one of the main ones that helped to establish that mentoring program in Volusia County, and it is now the largest mentoring program. We work with the NAACP. Presently, of course, the present president is a Jamaican, Sean King, but before we had what's his name? Oy, it slipped me right now. We work extensively with them, and they with us to the extent where about 3 years ago, they actually gave us, they honored us and myself for the great work that we do with the expungement and program. That is another big area that we work in, because we realize that so many of our people, whether of all cultures, are not able to get into work because they have, a record. I came over and Miss Donna was doing hers, and Barbara Gertman, the now commissioner in Volusia County, West Volusia, she said to me, Naomi, what can we do to get this done over here too? And I said, don't worry. I have already been in contact with Donna, and we are going to move forward as a chamber to get this also established. And trust me, we did such a job as a chamber all the way to East and West Volusia that the Martin Luther King celebration, they actually honored us for all that we did to get so many people who have had a record and could not get to do anything. I saw so many people cry when they saw that they were able to actually get the first part of the expungement done for them. Okay, so that's some of the things that we do. Of course, we work with the colleges, Stetson University, and our contact there has been Dr. Patrick Coggins. We work with the student Cookman. They're always calling to us when they didn't know where to turn. How do we get steel band? How do we get the steel dancers in, stuff like that they do, So this year gone, 2020, we were just about to work with Goodwill.
Excuse me, Miss Naomi, we only have a 5-minute limit for each participant. I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but we've gotta wrap up, and we're gonna encourage.
Yeah, I'm wrapping up. That's what I'm doing. 30 seconds and I'm done.
Thank you.
Right. I just wanted to give you an idea what the chamber does. So, as we said, we work not only in business to help out business people, but culturally, because there's not really any group over here that actually does cultural activities. And that's why we do things like the festival for the last 5 years over here for CAM. Thank you so very much, everybody, for listening, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Yes, we're trying to stay on a tight schedule. We kind of got off a little bit, and so
no problem.
And again, this is recorded, and people are going to be able to go back and hear and find out more about the organization. So thank you again, Volusia County Caribbean American Chamber. Going right along, Bevan, are you Dr. Bev?
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so thanks for everyone for coming out of your busy schedule, and we're gonna make it as quick as possible. I'm just asking the folks that I call to try to make it within 2 minutes. Not that you're less important, but that you're more mindful of people's time, especially on a Saturday evening. And you know what? We started with 50, with 2 full screen, and we're down. So let's just keep rolling, okay? Keep the energy going. Okay.
Yeah, man.
But first, I'm going to hear from CADR, which is Miss Donna Morgan. the president.
All right, so I'm going to be really, really quick. So Caribbean American Diaspora Alliance is exactly what you see right here. It's all about unity. It's all about bringing all the Caribbean-focused organizations together, sharing your information, your resources to the community. That's what we're about. We've got an awesome team that are called Diaspora representatives or chairs, and they go out and they have a love for their culture, and they go out and they seek, and we are a hub for resources, community, culture. So that is what we are. We're all about what you see right now. Share and being involved in helping each other, right? Because together as a team, we can go much farther, like Dr. Claire Nelson says. You can find us on Caribbean American Diaspora on Facebook, which is or of course myself, Donna Morton Morgan with the big hair. Thank you.
All right, short and sweet. And next we're going to hear from CANDO, which is the Caribbean American National Development Organization. Mr. Francis Joseph, who is the president. Welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Donna, for inviting me to this session. This is my first time having the opportunity to meet with this group, and so I appreciate it very much. I'm hailing from the west side of the state. And I know all of you guys are well established in the central, middle, and southern area. And for those who are the Trinis on the group, I have a saying that Tobago is to Trinidad the same way Tampa is to Miami. So Tampa is like this little secret that a lot of people don't know about. That said, I've been here for over 30 years. And, not too long ago, the Forbes magazine had done an article showing places people are migrating to. And Tampa happens to be one of those major areas that people are migrating to. And now that I'm saying that, you guys have probably started recognizing more and more that Tampa is always in the national news. So with that, our Caribbean community is not as large as some of the other, the other counties. We're not as mature. We're not a Miami. We're not a Fort Lauderdale or Atlanta or New York City. But that said, we're growing and we're maturing. And we do have quite a few other small individual Caribbean organizations in the community. But based on population, we are not that significant. So that is forcing us, which is a good thing, to start to figure out how do we work together and how do we collaborate more. CANDO was created back in 2009, in which we surveyed quite a bit of the organizations and the community at large to find out some of the challenges that we had in the community from a Caribbean perspective. And one of the biggest areas was finding a space to call home or to operate from. And that was just one of them. But there were multiple different things that we identified. And as we were going through our checklist to validate whether this is something that we want to engage on, the more we went through that checklist, the more we recognized we said we can do it. And that's where the name CANDO came from. And then we had to back out of it and come up with a name. And now we have this very long name, Caribbean American National Development Organization. So like I said, that's how we started. The mission is very clear. It's stated right there in our logo, advancing the Caribbean American community in the Tampa Bay area. And with that, how do we integrate more and also establish a base and a landing zone for when those people that the Forbes magazine talked about come to Tampa, which, if the rest of the population is coming, we know our Caribbean community are coming as well. So we wanted to see how we can put that foundation in place to receive them and help them integrate into the community. So that's kind of the base of where we came from, as opposed to looking externally, where most of the organizations were looking at, their own island flag, and also how do they collaborate with their respective island. We were looking at it locally. So that's a big snapshot of who we are. Recently, on Thursday, we did receive a proclamation from the Hillsborough County Board of County Commissioners, once again recognizing us as a community and recognizing the month as Caribbean American Heritage Month. So we're very proud of that. And now we're starting to get some recognition in the community. And a lot of the organizations that I talk about, including CANDO, and most of you guys, I think we have already heard it, we all got impacted by the COVID pandemic, and that forced us to do a pause. And it forced those organizations to do a pause, but that was a good thing. You know, we benefited from that, because what that did, it forced us to go back and look and reevaluate ourselves, reevaluate our mission, and understand how we need to start working together to foster a unified, collaborative agenda, which is no different from what we're talking about here this evening. So thank you for having us on that. And some of the recent things we did, we have collaborated with some of the major institutions in the Tampa Bay area, University of South Florida, USF Health. We were able, when the vaccines initially started rolling out, we were able to get over 300 senior citizens immunized when in the very early stages of the rollout of the vaccines. When they were challenged for getting the vaccines into the minority community, they reached out to us and asked for help in doing so. So we're very proud of doing that. In the area of disaster recovery, we've been working on disaster recovery, you know, last several years. We did it when the hurricanes hit the respective islands. There was a flood in Trinidad last year. 2 years ago, there was the Bahamas. And then this year is St. Vincent. And even though we have a relatively small Caribbean community, we were able to collect over 25 barrels of stuff. And we collaborated with the St. Vincent organization over in Orlando for getting, doing our small part for helping in the disaster relief. So we continue to work in those areas. We are continuing to find ways for getting a space that all of these organizations can use and can execute from whenever we need to have meetings or whenever they need to have meetings, because once a month, up until COVID, when everything turned virtual, once a month, all of these organizations wanted and needed to go to a place to have a meeting. And there's not a space as compared to the other ethnic groups. So the other ethnic groups, the big ones, the Filipinos, the Indians, the Asians, they're all well established and have a place. We as a Caribbean community does not. So one of our major objectives is finding a space so that all of us can execute from. So that's some of what's going on the west side of the state. So thank you again, Donna, for having me. And I look forward to continuing to have conversations with you and with all of the members of the panel. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you. One thing that I'm hearing is the need for a resource list, so that when we have our Caribbean folks come to different locations, different areas, they can just link up with the groups right away. So that is something that we will be working on, gathering together. Okay, yes. Sounds good. We're gonna keep moving right along, and we have the organization of Central Florida Multicultural Association Tourism Board, and that is Miss Alicia Guy.
Well, hello. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Donna. First and foremost, before I even give an introduction to what we are doing and what our projections are, I want to give a special thank you to Sharon, Maria, and Roy, who was just an intricate part of the first project that we were able to complete, which was this past weekend. And we're still kind of catching our breath. So I do apologize if I'm in different places with my presentation, but we've got a lot to still wrap up, but nonetheless, it was amazing. So Central Florida Multicultural Association Tourism Board was basically a couple of individuals coming together, understanding that Orlando is the vacation destination for Florida. And what we're trying to understand is why we don't have the awareness of events, Caribbean events, i.e. Carnival, on a much bigger scale. So myself being in Central Florida for over 25 years, being, from a younger teenager, playing Pan, being part of the Caribbean Carnival, investing, doing all kinds of things with our Caribbean community, being a small business owner in our Caribbean community, I understand on the ground what is needed. But at the same time, we have to have the right resources in place. So this particular association, we are a baby in that we put together the nonprofit last year. Myself, heading up public relations, Nigel Allen, who's been intricate, just a very important resource within the Caribbean community for the last 11 years, whether it be in Central Florida, Miami, or New York, respectively. So, and then we have some other people involved as well. Sherwin Sargent, who is also a business owner and has a lot of footprint in Winter Park and influence. So our first project was Culture Fest, and it was a very interesting time to do an event, considering that we are slowly climbing out of a very delicate time for a lot of people. And from a promotional standpoint, it was something that we were very passionate about. We had a lot of support from the community, and we're really happy about that. More importantly, we were able to attract out-of-town resources that allowed other people that may potentially migrate or want to come in to be a part of different things going on within the Central Florida area. So that's something that me being here for over 25 years and seeing that for the first time on such a big scale was amazing. So a couple of things, the objectives for the board is we want to create awareness, obviously. We want to touch a base that we don't feel is being nurtured as much. The 40 and under, the Caribbean, the younger ones that are coming up that we need to hand the torch to, because I believe that hasn't been done over the 25 years. So I'm really passionate about that. Education, as far as our Caribbean culture, being able to educate the younger people on, things that they may not even know, or they may not have been privy to. So giving them some education on just different facets of the Caribbean culture, workshops, and more importantly, community engagement. And one of our biggest passions is the Caribbean small businesses in the Central Florida area. Our next event, which we are trying to get situated for September, will be another Caribbean concert, along with more of a hybrid approach to highlight small Caribbean-owned businesses here in Central Florida. So that's kind of where we are right now. I know we have a lot to accomplish. I feel like we've gotten onto a great start, and we look forward to partnering with everyone here tonight in some way or form. Thank you.
Good evening. Thanks, Ms. Guy. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
next,
Alicia.
we'll be hearing from the Greater Haitian American Chamber of Commerce, and that is Dr. Aldir Bonhomme, president of that organization, and he's no stranger to us. Welcome again, Doc.
Hello, bonsoir, good evening, everyone. I'm gonna share my screen real quick and we'll get started. I'll be fairly brief. Thank you. As mentioned earlier, my name is Dr. Aldir Bonhomme, the president for the Greater Haitian American Chamber of Commerce. Just to talk briefly about the GAC, as we call it, as an organization. Briefly, we were established in 2007, and our strategic vision is to establish, to service the Haitian American businesses in the Central Florida through connectivity, business education, economic development, and access to leaders. Our mission to provide a network for Haitian American businessmen and women that will support, facilitate, and foster economic development in the Orlando area to the United States and abroad. And we do that 4 ways. We facilitate, we provide, we promote, we assist. Facilitate in economic development, provide resources, serve as a liaison, be an advocate. We also promote trade within the Haitian American businesses, our friends and neighbors, different levels of government. We know, as we've heard before, Central Florida is a destination site, but yet we need to showcase the Caribbean heritage, the Caribbean businesses a lot more. And fourth, assist. We want to assist and train our members so they can develop and grow their business. We do offer a scholarship program or scholarships to local students. We did one this year to UCF, their Club Creole. What we want to do is make sure that these students that are coming through Central Florida are connected, or at least we connect them with the community. There's a lot of resources they have, a lot of maturity, but yet they need to be able to connect to their community. And a scholarship is one way to connect that, to make sure they engage with the community. So as they pass through, or if they want to come back, but they still have some resources, some content to download to their own community while they're here. Nula, we here, We encourage people to just collect. A couple of things that we do. We did in 2019, our gala, fundraiser gala. Again, we'll do it again this year. We didn't do it last year because of COVID. We hosted a virtual leadership summit last year because of COVID. This year, we hope to have it in July. As Dr. Nelson mentioned earlier, as Caribbean American diasporas, we can do better. We need to do more. We need to organize and collaborate with other organizations with commonalities so we can get access. Not only we need to be in the room, we need to be in the table to also affect policies that are affecting our community. We all are immigrants. We all are immigrants. Yes, we have our own organization, but we need to do more now to step up, move up, to get involved in those other organizations that affect policies and changes that can benefit our community. Again, thank you, Donna. Thank you, Caribbean Diaspora. Happy Caribbean American Heritage Month.
Thank you, Dr. B.
Thank you.
Can you
Thank
just
you.
say 15 seconds something in Creole? You know.
Of course. Bonsoir tout le monde. Moi, c'est Dr. Gleb Bonhomme, président de la Chambre de commerce haïtien de Orlando. Mission nous, c'est pour nous établir organisation nous établie depuis 2007. Objectif nous, c'est pour nous développer, pour nous engager communauté nous, pour nous capables de comme une ressource ou bien un réseau, côté que nous capables et enlargir plateforme nous, enlargir et engagement nous à la communauté. Parce que nous-mêmes nous là, nous connaissons un peu de fois, nous oublions nous, mais nous besoin pour nous devons engager. Et pour nous engager, nous avons plusieurs associations caribéennes qui là, on fait partie avec eux de quoi que pour nous mettre force ensemble pour nous avancer. Merci, Dana. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Moving along fast and speedy. We have the Grenadian American Educational and Cultural Organization of Central Florida. And this time we're going to hear from Ms. Maria Mitchell, the president.
Good evening, everyone. To the Caribbean diaspora, viewers and friends. I want to say congratulations on our 16th year of Caribbean Heritage Month. My name is Maria Mitchell, and I'm the president of the Grenada Educational Cultural Organization, otherwise known as GECO. Our vice president is Ms. Maria Buddy. We are a 501c3 organization, which was founded in 2005. With one of our members going back as to Mr. John Monroe, one of the original members, who has done great works for this organization. Our mission of the organization is to provide financial assistance to the Grenada National Kidney Foundation, financial assistance to the Orlando Rescue Mission, and educational scholarships. And we also do assist in other charities. In order to achieve our goals and through fundraising, every year we usually have a gala, and then for the past few years we've been doing the Taste of Grenada, which reflects the traditional, Grenada traditional culture. And we did our last fundraising was in March, just before COVID. We were lucky, we were one of the ones that just as COVID started, we had our fundraising, and then we couldn't do anything else. This past year, we were unable to do that because of COVID, but hopefully once everything is back to normal, we'll start back having our fundraising events. You know, I wanna say that we are highly motivated and supporting everything in the community through supportive advances and cause through regional development. When we do have our fundraisers, we do showcase our culture with still bands, we do fish fries, we do cocktail sip, and unfortunately this past year we were unable of doing any of those things. I would like to pass the torch to Miss Buddy. I don't know if she wants to have anything to say regarding us with the organization. Maria, are you there? Maria?
Yes, I am here. Yes, I am here. What I would like to see happen is if we can get a few more members to join our organization. You do not have to be Grenadian to join our group. Right now, maybe we only have maybe about 6 or 7 of us in the group, which is very small. So I would like to see a few more people join our association. That's, I would be really happy So when we have our events, we will have more presence. And, you know, if you don't have to be from Grenada, any island could join us. We welcome everyone. So if anybody's interested, you can call me. My number is 917-386-7706. Or Maria, if you want to give your number, they can also reach out to Maria Mitchell.
Number 407-301-7647. And you can always reach us also via Facebook. The Grenada Educational Natural Educational Organization.
Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you guys so much from the Grenada Association. Before I pass it on to Ms. Morgan, I am going to introduce myself for the two organizations. I was on the list earlier and it was bypassed, made a few changes. I'm Bevan Dabrio. I'm also representing the Antigua and Barbuda Association of Central Florida. They are located here in the Pine Hill area off of Colonial and Hiawassee. They meet once a month on the last Friday of the month in the Nazarene Church right there. There is a website, the Antigua and Barbuda of Central Florida. They have that website. All the information is there, the different events that are hosted each year. This year is our 40th year independence, November 1st. So roughly another 6-7 months, we'll be having a celebration. So you guys can stay tuned for that formal ball. And yes, I'm repping Antigua 365 days a year to go with our lovely 365 beaches, which Mr. Fenton forgot to mention. Yes, and also another Antiguan diaspora group that I am a part of. It's not just in Florida, it's throughout the United States, and that is Team Legacy 268, and right now we're organizing. You can just go on to Facebook, Twitter, all of the social media and find out there. And the dream there is to keep our hope alive, keep our legacy alive, and come on out and vote as Antiguans. Have a voice. I mean, we couldn't hear it more tonight, that everyone is saying we need to have our voice being heard. Right. And part of the way in which we do so is to show our vote, both here and back home in Antigua. Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Bevan Dabrio, who is actually our Antigua and Barbuda Diaspora Chair for Caribbean American Diaspora Alliance. We're going to keep moving, everyone. We're almost there. We're wrapping up. Our DJ had another show, so he had to move forward, and also Louis has another show. So we're gonna wrap it up real quick, everyone, if we can, 3 minutes or so. We're gonna go next to Indian Horizon of Florida, Mr. Harry Singh.
I believe he stepped out. He signed out.
Okay, so we're gonna go forward with the Jamaican American Association of Central Florida. After Jamaican American, we're gonna have Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce. You know where you are on the, and then that's it. Actually, I'll wrap up with Women of Culture, because I don't believe St. Vincent is on. So we're almost there, everyone. So Jamaican American Association of Central Florida, Dr. Barbara Dawkins.
Thank you, and I'll try to share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's covering up? Okay, here we go. Okay, we have been around from 1986, as you can see, the Jamaican American Association, and there's our logo. Whenever you see that, that's us. I'm Dawkins, and I'm the president, and our website is jaaocf.com. We're a 501c3, and our mission is to preserve, enhance, and promote our cultural heritage. And that is, as Caribbean people, we know what it is to be strong, to have grit, etc. Our focus is on education, not just academic education, but an all-rounded education, a strong sense of self. We focus on youth and community service, and I'm going to try to move along. Despite the lockdown of the pandemic, we have been doing a lot of work. We felt compelled to honor our mission. So these are some of the activities that we did since the lockdown last year. We partnered with you, Donna, and other groups in honoring Caribbean American Heritage Month. We have been meeting as executive boards. We've had regular meetings. So our members felt connected and we were able to provide that source of connection, though people could not meet face to face. We've been having our committee meetings to plan to serve the community despite the lockdown. We had to be creative. We had a huge scholarship award that was virtual. We had our Black History Month celebration, etc. And I'm trying to move along. Now, our scholarship award was on December 19th. And at that award, we gave 9 scholarships. And these were to students in Central Florida and students in Jamaica as well. And you'll notice we tried to get the community involved. We had Miss Adriana Clark, the daughter of Bunny Ruggs, who did the musical presentation. And we had Dr. Dwayne Dice, who is a chairperson of the Jamaica Diaspora Education Task Force, who gave the keynote speech. It was a very enjoyable event where we had students who were very, very grateful. This is one school in Jamaica that we supported, that we're still supporting as a matter of fact. And they are the winners of one of the scholarships that we gave last year. We believe in not just giving someone a fish, but teaching the person to fish. The money we gave to the school was used by the team, or is being used by the team, whichever way they wanted to, whether it was to provide meals or curriculum material. We don't dictate how it is spent. We just ask for accountability. We still have our 2021 scholarship opportunity up. If you visit our website at the bottom, JAOCF, you'll see. And if you get it into our team by July 31st, you are still considered for that. Okay, we work not just in scholarship and education, we do local school. Here we are, Evans High School, again at Evans. Here we are at Ridgewood Park Elementary School, again at Ridgewood Park Elementary. And here we are presenting, picture presenting check for education, various forms of education. School, we believe in scholarships for tertiary, high school students going on to college, but we also believe in giving that strong foundation. So this is a basic school that we supported in the past. There you see that. And this is the flyer for our 2021 Scholarship Award. Last year, because of COVID, we had to have a virtual scholarship presentation. This year, based on CDC guidelines, we're meeting in person. And our award presentation is in the form of a luncheon. We're trying not to push a night event. It's going to be August 14th at the Rosen Plaza Hotel. The flyers on our website and also on our Facebook page for more information. We are working on having a community music school because we feel that education runs deep, where it's not just the 3 R's. And we're also, somebody talked about the cultural education, building that strong sense of self. And there are young people who want to go back to Jamaica and connect with their Jamaican roots. And we're working on having opportunities like that. Our outreach is not limited just to scholarship, though we focus a lot on scholarship. This year as well, we were able to hand a financial gift to the St. Vincent Association because of their disaster problem with a volcanic eruption. So we got together, raised some funds, and in December 2020, we got packages for children who were living at shelters to make sure that they had something special during the Christmas season. That's part of our outreach. We partner with other groups, and there you see us with Leda Jackson at a program that raised funds for children. There it's myself and Joan Mars, who was an artist. We encourage our young people to have a sense of who they are. We pull them out as much as we can and get them involved. So that's the Dr. King parade. This was 2019, and we were there again last year, 2020. They love to be part of this because we're trying to help them see the connection between the different groups. Somebody said that we need to be connected, and that is so true because we come from different islands, and I'm Jamaican and somebody is that, and we don't see the connection. We have to let our young people see that connection because connected we become strong. Here we are again, 2020. Zora Neale, we have volunteered in that. And these are some of the activities that we have done over the years. I'm not going to dwell on that because this, right now we're meeting virtually. When we get together and to meet face-to-face is going to be the second Sunday of each month at 4 at the Silver Star Christian Church. And that's the address. All of this is on our website, JAAOCF. And thank you. And I really applaud everyone for designing work that meets the need of your community. So let me stop share and give the chance to somebody else.
All right. Thank you so much, Jamaica American Association of Central Florida, just all over the community, doing great things. Thank you. We're learning so much as we hear from the representatives, the presidents or PR for these organizations. Moving right along. Thank you again, Dr. Barbara Dawkins. Moving right along, we're going to go to the Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce with Jorge Figueroa, and then that will be it. We'll go to Women of Culture, which is me. So we're almost there, folks.
All right. Hello to everybody. Thank you for having us. My name is Jorge Figueroa. As she mentioned, the Puerto Rican for the president for the Puerto Rican Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida. We've been around for over 20 years. I'm the new president. I just got elected in October and took over in January. And as the voice of the small business in Central Florida, the Puerto Rican Chamber works to ensure the region is vibrant and prosperous place to carry out business while developing lasting relationships. We value culture and diversity while embracing economic prosperity and innovation as key components to the quality of the life that we enjoy. For that reason, I ran with a platform of inclusion and diversity and working with different sectors that are often overlooked by chambers of commerce. We have brought in nonprofits, the faith sector, which is very important, and civic and community organizations. And basically, as you can see in our logo, we are very inclusive. We have people from all parts of Latin America. We have members from Irish descent, from India, etc. And what we like to do is collaborate. Like everybody's mentioned, in numbers, we are stronger. So the more that we work together, the better that we can serve our communities. Some of the things that we do, aside from helping our small business grow and get exposure, is that we have great ties with the island of Puerto Rico. One of the things or initiatives that we're working on with the government in Puerto Rico is to help them with the construction of the infrastructure of Puerto Rico that was damaged extensively by Hurricane Maria, as well as the earthquakes that happened in the last couple of years. So we're trying to help the government identifying contractors and businesses that can assist with that reconstruction, because the island is not big enough or have companies big enough to endure that type of work. So they're going to have to come outside of the country. Hey, come to Central Florida. We'll help you find some businesses. We help the local economy as well as the economy of our island. One of the things that we're doing, and I'm going fast because I know we've been here for a while, but we had our first golf tournament last year. We raised funds to provide 2 scholarships, but then we have 2 organizations that match those funds. So we will be providing 2 scholarships for 2 students going into a 4th-year university, as well as 2 scholarships for 2 students going into a 2-year technical college or university. So we'll provide about $12,000 in funding for those. One thing that we have coming up, we're going to have a small business expo and services fair June 26th, in about 3 weeks, at Fuente de Agua Viva Church in John Parkway. We're going to have some a small job fair. We have a lot of our partner businesses who are looking for employees. So if you will see that in our social media pages and in our website as soon as next week. We're going to have our second golf tournament in November. Is again a benefit for scholarships, and we're looking at being more inclusive. So we're thinking about providing more scholarships for some of the dreamers that are in the United States that are a very important part. We have been working with some organizations supporting some of the bipartisan bills to provide some immigration reform and help these dreamers. We are a nonpartisan organization. We are not a 501c3, so we survive in membership, but we are continue to grow. We have over 200 members, and one of the things that we have heard here throughout this symposium here is that we need to work together and diversify and create leaders. We need to cultivate the leadership in our youth. So for that reason, we're going to be providing the scholarships or announcing the winners during our first leadership conference that will be sometime in the middle of October, and middle of September. And then in October, we plan to have our gala, which is Premios El Hosco, where we recognize some individuals that are unsung heroes in our communities that have been making a difference and are often overlooked. Okay, so that in a nutshell is some of the things that we do. In the chat, I put our website as well as how to find us in the social media pages. I encourage all of you to do the same. Again, we're here because we want to collaborate and partner with all of you. You know, Puerto Rico is an island, just as all of our Caribbean brothers and sisters. Aunque hablamos español, we speak Spanish, but we are part of that Caribbean flavor and the area that is so unique to the rest of the world. So I encourage you to put your information there. Reach out to me if you have something that we can be part of and you would like us to collaborate with. We welcome you with open arms, and we're looking forward to work with each and every single one of you in any capacity that we can. So once again, thank you for inviting us, Donna Morton. This has been great. I have enjoyed this time, and all these organizations, I tell you, hey, let's work together. You know, we have a resilient culture, and we have seen that throughout COVID. For example, during COVID, we grew, we didn't shrink. So we have to assimilate to the changes and keep on rocking. Así que, if you let me say a few words in Spanish.
Yes, please.
Solamente les quiero decir a todos aquellos que nos están viendo en el Facebook Live, la Cámara de Comercio puertorriqueña en la Florida Central, and we cover 3 counties, Orange, Osceola, and Seminole. Estamos aquí para ayudar a todos esos pequeños negocios que quieran tener más presencia, ser reconocidos y crecer. Estamos aquí para ayudar a nuestra comunidad y vamos a seguir empoderando a nuestra gente. Okay, we're going to continue empowering and assisting our communities so that we get the respect and everything that we deserve for the work that we have put together. Thank you for having us. Happy Caribbean American Heritage Month, and let's keep rocking.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. And, I'll send out an email with everyone's email too, so you all can interconnect and plan and do things together, because it's all about togetherness and passing the torch, right? So much blessings to you. Thank you. So wrapping up, our St. Vincent and Grenadines Central Florida organization is not here. So Trinbago Association actually went earlier. So that just leaves Women of Culture Incorporated. So just to just wrap it up, Women of Culture Incorporated recently incorporated as a 501c3 last year, June of 2020. It's all about women empowerment. It's all about global outreach. We have about 11 women representing 11 countries in different parts of the Caribbean and France and Germany. So, and then it's all about mentorship, We believe that when you empower women, you empower families and you empower communities. And it's important to start the children off with early empowerment, self-love, for our future. So that is what Women of Culture Inc. is about. You can find us on Facebook at Women of Culture with a K, INC. And so I want to just acknowledge our CATA team really quick. And we've got, of course, we talked about Antigua and Barbuda, chaired Dr. Bavon Dabria, who was on earlier. And we have Maria Buddy that was on, representing Grenada, Roy Sampson representing Guyana, Jimmy Mortoon. Jimmy just made it back, or Diaspora Haiti Affairs, and Miss Shernette Bailey, who was working in the behind the scenes representing Jamaica, Marilyn Greaves representing Trinidad and Tobago, and of course Louis Witter, who is our radio host, who had to run off for another show. Want to mention our partners, International Harvest Church of God, Pastor Kenwin Hunt, PS Caribbean Freight Shipping, Paul and Anita Singh, and Florida Homes Realty, I'm the real estate broker of that organization. Institute of Caribbean Studies, that was Dr. Claire Nelson. Special thanks again.
You're connected to Embrace. Calls are recorded.
I think, Jimmy, is that your but we just want to say thanks to everyone. I know it's late. We ran over 24 minutes, so that's all. We added a few people and we had to move around, and some people, took a little longer. That's expected. So at the end of the day, it's all about good vibes, positive vibes, one love, big ups to everybody. Be safe, right? And continue the unity, love and unity. We see so much going on in the world right now. It's because there's like an overflow of hate. So we each have to do our part to bring that love. It starts from one person showing love, showing kindness and compassion, and it makes a difference. And I know we can do it. We have that desire, right, as a Caribbean people, to just bring good vibes. So with that, I am signing off. I don't know if anyone have any last words, Marilyn?
No, I just want to thank everyone for coming. And this is our first time doing this. And as far as I'm concerned, it was a success,
Yes.
with all the organization that came forward to represent their organization and to tell everyone who is around them what you do. But we all have to stick together.
Yes.
Under no circumstances can we have division, because we are too small. So we all have to stick together and become one and support each other. And thank you all so very, very much for making this night a very successful night.
Thank you, Dr. Beef, those that's still on, Dr. Bonhomie, Greater Haitian Chamber, Francis Joseph, Can Do It, Tampa. We've got Jorge Figueroa, Puerto Rican Chamber, Geneva Hamilton still on, Lake County Chamber, Dr. Barbara Dawkins, Jamaica Association. We've got Maria Buddy still on, Grenada Educational. I'm not going to say the whole thing, right?
You just say Gecko.
Gecko, there you go. Alicia representing. I love the rap, Alicia. That hair thing, but you always have a good hair game.
Thank you.
Sister Sharon, man, I don't know when you sleep, Sister Sharon, but you always have energy to come to everyone's assistance for some reason, Blessings.
That's just a Jamaican in me.
Blessings to you all for taking the time out and celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month. And again, we've got to pass the torch to the children, because we're not going to continue. And, we have to be able to tell them and pass it down to them with love and understanding. So big ups, everyone. Kay Mirage from Brevard, man, Brevard County, Palm Bay, that association, they're doing so much over there too. Dean Fenton, thank you so much. Blessings, everyone. Have a good night. And until next week, we'll see you guys at Caribbean Diaspora Vibes. One love, bless, good vibes. Good night.
All right.
Good night.
Good
Bye.
All right. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Happy Sunday.
See you guys tomorrow on Island Rhythm Radio.
That's right.